Well, I was lucky enough privileged to be a good friend of Charlie's through sort of the years of ironworking, skydiving, West Bank motorcycles, and lots of road trips. Most of them for parachuting events, championships, things like that. We had a four-man team, went to the Nationals with Dick Rose and Dave Wallace. And my most memorable trips, though, we did a number of solo trips. Over one night, probably 2 days before, he said, let's go and see an Apollo launch. We went down to hitchhike to Mason City, drove a delivery car to Miami, picked up a delivery car, back by Cape Canaveral, watched the Saturn V go off, and it was just wonderful. Back to Minneapolis. And he and I went out to Hawaii together. That was a nice road trip, stopped through Breckenridge and saw Jeannie and Jane Semenko and a bunch of other people, Macker, that's no longer with us. So that was fun, but probably our epic trip was we did a 4 or 5 week motorcycle trip on our 650cc BSA English motorcycles. Went down through, sort of the Four Corners Southwest, through Denver, climbing the Red Rocks, many stories, out to California and up and back across. And Audrey and Gail selected one story to tell from that. We had climbed a mesa in the late afternoon to watch the sun go down. And there's a whole other story around that. But we decided to go overnight. Number one, it was really a beautiful night. I've been driving across the desert. It was hot in the daytime. And so it was just a starlit, moonlit night. Could drive with our headlights off. No traffic for hours. Cruising across just the beautiful desert floor. And we got to a ridge line, pretty closer to the microphone. Whoa! We got to this ridge line, and he turned on his headlight. My headlight, being an English motorcycle with Lucas Electrics, had glowed like a pumpkin. So I would sit with my front wheel adjacent to his about 2 or 3 feet out every time we were at night with our headlights on. Went up this pretty sharp ridge, and as we hit the top of the ridge, probably 800,000 feet off the valley floor, there was a brilliant light sitting motionless up there. We could tell just for a tenth of a second. As soon as our light crested the hill, that light lost 1,000 feet and 2 or 3 miles off to the side in about maybe a second. He looks at me, so I know he sees it too. So we cruise on down to the bottom of the hill, to the valley floor, and we look across, and there's sort of a collection of lights back across. We can see a few miles. And we were thinking about, well, should we push the bikes off in the woods and go and inspect, Area 52 or whatever it is to sneak up on it? And that was a serious discussion. And after about 10 minutes, we noticed that there were 4 vehicles leaving in all points of the compass. And this one vehicle we could see was going to intersect with the road we were on. So we watched it, and hits the road and turns in our direction. Well, we start pushing the motorcycles further into the scrubs and cactus, and it came racing up pretty fast, it seemed like. And all of a sudden, he caught the reflection of our motorcycle, and a professional driver could not have done better. He slammed on the brakes, cranked it into a 90-degree skid, and came to a halt with his headlights facing us. The voice comes out, "Who are you?" So we go sort of up there and go, well, gee, we just saw this and this, that, and the other thing. And the guy, in retrospect and talking about it afterwards, he ascertained, what we were doing, what we saw, and how believable we would be, and he sort of slowly made the transition and took on the persona of a half-in-the-bag Native American, driving a brand new white, unmarked pickup truck, immaculate truck. And we talked with him a bit more. He said, "Oh, that's just a ranger station. Nothing's going on over there. Nothing to see." And so he left, and we looked at each other and said, "What can we do?" And we got on the bikes and drove on off to other adventures. Like I said, I was very privileged to spend lots and lots of time with Charlie. Wonderful guy. Oh, and he could fly like a bird in free fall. He was one of the most natural skydivers there was. Fly like a bird. Wonderful guy. I miss him.